security.
Attention, Twitter staff.
Hey, it's Jesus.
Please give me your full attention. After my recent ultimatum, those who could come to work but did not come to work, their resignations have been accepted. It has been determined that those of you who remain have the potential for greatness. All Twitter offices will soon be locked down and your passes disabled. Now it is time to separate the weak from the hardcore. Resignation accepted.
Get some news about your wife. Oh, to hell with my wife, Witcher. We've got bigger concerns. Such as? You've spent your life hunting monsters, but the truth is we're the monsters, Witcher. Look at us, cisgendered white males warming ourselves in front of a roaring fire while marginalised people are suffering. What are you jabbering about? I'm talking about ESG, Witcher. Social justice. Look at my men. They're all whiter than you, Witcher, and that's saying something. Now listen to me, Philip. It's not Philip anymore, Witcher. I'm Philippa now. The bloody Baroness. That's right, Witcher. I've gone trans. I don't even know what that means. It means I'm a biological male, Witcher, but I want to be more like a woman. Like Dandelion? Exactly, Witcher. I knew you'd understand. No. They double vaccinated me and gave me 5 booster shots. Look at the state of me. But I'd do it all again. This is what we have to do to protect people. They gave my buddy 13 shots. He's dead now.
You killed someone?
Wasn't me. But then I'm just getting warmed up. Now, who wants the first jab? And the rest of you, why aren't you wearing your masks?
Or any menstruating person in this country cannot make decisions over their own body.
Even limit their ability to get gender affirmation treatment in their state.
So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
And we will make America great again. God bless you. I love you.
And what type?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Toffee Brand Coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is, and when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
From loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're going to give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm going to let you keep your hand.
All right. Welcome into Testro Cast. Apparently,
yeah, women are irresponsible. They're late. They're not on the show.
Yeah, both women are late. They must be.
You know where they are? They're on the T app. I bet they're on the T app right now.
I bet bad mouthing men. That's I assume that's exactly what's going on.
They're probably making profiles about us right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Hannah Claire a break because in over 2 years she's never been late. So or a year. I'm assuming she's probably like her kid had like a blowout or something like that. She's got to change a diaper real quick. But Josie, I don't know. Yeah, no, she was literally in the chat.
These crazy libertarians.
I know they operate on their own. She's gonna come in and be like, "What? I thought." That's why I said the show's in 90 minutes, not like this time zone, so that they can't say, "Oh, well, I got confused with the time zones." Like, I'm not allowing that.
They're probably shopping. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
They do be shopping.
They're doing their makeup. They're going shopping.
Yeah.
And they're doing other femininely type of stuff there that is just a big old waste of time.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, how was your weekend? Mine was pretty hectic. How was yours?
Very hectic as well. I'm in Poland. I'm in one of the greatest countries on earth, if not the best country on earth.
Easy.
It's beautiful here. I did a video. Did you see my walk and talk video from Warsaw?
I saved it to watch later. I haven't seen. I haven't watched it yet. No.
I was just on a random street. I met up with a friend. I had an 8-hour layover before I went into my main town because I'm doing a meetup here in my main town for my members.
So you have to fly between towns, or you just had time to kill and you were in Warsaw?
It was a layover before my final destination. So I had 8 hours.
Okay.
And I had 8 hours in the center of Warsaw. I knew a random friend there, so I just was able to drop my bags off at her place, and then we went out on the town. It was beautiful, man. It was incredible. It was. I'm thinking about moving here, man. People are like, "Get out of here, move." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, right. You're not going to leave Miami. The second winter rolls around, you're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I remember."
Listen, but a man could dream, okay? A man could dream.
You
there's
could.
There's no engineers here. There's no rocket scientists, right?
Yeah,
right.
I like that. Wait a minute, I cut it out. Yeah.
Right. I look around. I'm like, "Oh my god, the streets are clean." Like,
yeah.
People are actually using the litter box. People are
That's
actually
odd.
cleaning up after themselves, right? People are just like relaxing and like chilling out, and they don't have to worry about their bags being stolen all the time or being culturally enriched. Like,
I know. Yeah. I wanted to wait. We might just have to get on with the show here. To be
It
fair,
was my birthday too yesterday. No, we can still do pleasantries.
well, I was going to say, just to give Josie a second, like, we originally did tell her 3 Eastern, and then
90 minutes.
I did do that. I did say 90 minutes. That way, so like, and I said 90 minutes. Like, she had plenty of time to like figure that out. So
yeah.
But yeah, what'd you do this weekend?
I had a huge birthday party yesterday. I had over 20 plus crazy Polish Rodkowski people come out.
Okay, and, shout out.
It was a hoot. It was fun. I feel very blessed and lucky to have family. Because again, I don't have family in Miami. It's just me by myself. So
yeah,
being able to be by my family, went to a nice restaurant, had a nice meal. I have a picture. I think I'm gonna black out everyone's face and put like an emoji on it, and then potentially release it. But we had people from all ages and all groups, and it was amazing. I haven't seen my family in so long, so I haven't been here in many years. So just being able to like sit down was really nice. Was really just a kind of emotionally hitting day where I'm like, oh crap, yeah, this is my family, this is my support network, and that's why I'm like, I don't know, I might actually move here. I mean, listen, it's beautiful. Like
see how you feel in like 2 weeks. You just got there. Like,
listen,
you haven't seen a single BBL in like 3 weeks. You might start going in withdrawal.
I'm not a butt man. I'm a bazunga man. I like the bazungas. Okay, listen, there's a lot of big Polish milkers around here.
That's true. Right?
Yeah. All right, the women here are not bad on the eyes.
Yeah, right? That's true.
A lot of busty, beautiful Polish women out here that are pretty gosh darn good looking. So why'd you make my thumbnail like this? What is this? I see what you did to my thumbnail. You son of a
I'm not in charge of thumbnails. I haven't looked at it. Let me look at it. Hold on.
What the first Tim rips off of us.
Oh, I know. Wait, let me see. Oh, I literally haven't seen it. Hold on here.
This is slander. Like
that one is good. Yeah. Holy shit!
I'm gonna call my Jewish lawyer on you.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm gonna call Moidel.
Yeah.
The Bulovlitz on you. Okay, you're gonna have a cease and desist letter.
Shout out Hunter Reaper X92, Kryptonian Kid, this anonymous guy, Kyle Kilgore, and Joshua Wax, all for subscribing on twitch.tv/the quartering. By the way, we are now monetized on Rumble.
Is it Quartercast or is it
we're on Quartering Live? Quartering Live. Yep. We are monetized on Quartering Live, and so you if you're watching on Quartering Live, you can be the first official super chat in history for Quartering Live. Membership program still isn't approved, but it'll be good to be making a little bit of money again. Even if it's it's a little bit goes a long way. I guess we're just gonna start without him.
That's what.
Yeah, especially when your co-host doesn't bill you for 2 months and
too bad you cut out there from the slander. Watch out, Jeremy. We got Lobelitz waiting. All right, he's watching too.
Think you shit. That's true. Let's start with.
You broke up for a bit, or was that me breaking up?
Yeah, no, it was me. I wanted to start with this. Hey, there you go. First official super chat from Nate. You Polish guy, Jeremy. Hey. I don't know if I can take this. I mean, Luke's all right for a poll, Listen.
Remember,
I'm 50%.
That's probably Ian Miles Chung from the Philippines.
Yeah, almost certainly.
In his little village filled with mud huts, in his little mud hut from the Philippines. Okay, Nick?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Kimball says monetization tax. Yay, hey, thank you. I wanted to get your take on the most earth.
Oh goodness, you're
what's going on here? That's twice today. That's your Jewish lawyer,
me, right? My internet's okay.
That's me. Yeah, it's me. Let's talk about this Bongino tweet that has 250,000 likes.
Oh, I went in on it, man.
Is that the most hopium you've ever, like the biggest line of bullshit you've ever read?
Someone called it boomer catnip, and I'm like, that's a perfect explanation.
Yeah, boomer catnip. Oh wait,
yeah,
we got Josie. Josie.
Yeah.
Hey, Josie, how are you?
I'm good. Luke, you told me 3 o'clock.
Yes, I know. Luke did say that. You beat our actual regular host, Hannah Claire, is now 10 minutes late with no message. She sent topics this morning and then just disappeared. Oh, wait, here she is. Wait, did I never send her the link? Oh, my God, I never sent her the link. I did it again. Oh, my God.
Tell her it's her fault.
Yeah, well, Josie, thank you for joining us. Let the people know who you are and where they can find your stuff if they decide that they like the words that come out of your mouth on the show today.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm Josie. I'm the redheaded libertarian. You can find me on X at TRHL Official. I do outside media work for Timcast, so you can go over there and help support our work too. All
right. Yeah, the Josie is an OG. She's been around, as the kids say. I don't mean that in like the.
Hey, now she's a nice lady. Now
not in the way that Luke's been around. But yeah, most of you have probably interacted, seen her. She was in the much controversial calendar for a beer company. She's been on Tim. You've been on Tim, working with Tim for a while, right? Or been at least a regular.
22.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys haven't, make sure you follow her. I got Hannah Claire the link. I was just going over what I coined as and no one else coined, and I have now copywritten it. The boomer catnip that is the damn Bongino tweet. Wait, I don't know. Is Josie a black pillar? Is she black pilled, Luke, or is she still on that hopium?
I think I don't know, Josie. What are you? I haven't actually sadly been watching in the kind of civil war that's been unfolding here. There seems to be two tribes: the catnip boomer tribe, and then the black pillars, the suppository black pillars. I don't know which one are you.
Yeah,
it depends on what we're talking about. I mostly just
Bongino, Epstein, and this administration.
Oh, I just laugh at everything now. So what's that? What pill is it just to find everything?
I think clown pilled.
Do you believe Obama going to be arrested? Do you believe Obama and Epstein cohorts are going to be arrested?
Absolutely not. That is never going to happen.
They're black pilled.
Yeah. Okay. I see the cope with that. Like, oh, it's really going to happen this time. It's like, no, it's never going to happen.
The walls are closing in, Josie. They're any day now. We're gonna get Obama getting arrested. I'm turning up both of your volumes a little bit. We got Hannah Claire finally after she's done doing whatever it is.
You take back that slander right now. It's so weird to watch this stream from the outside and be like texting you, messaging you wherever I can. Be like, so is my next step to email Maggie or is it to like ask Jack to like loop me in? She's 10 minutes late. My heart breaks. I'm being oppressed by not getting a link. Anyways, hi Josie, hey Luke. Hope both doing well.
Hi Hannah Claire. Good to see you.
John Saprito says, "Congrats on monetization. I own my own lawn care company. I didn't know how annoying the leaf blowers are. We're only there for like 10 minutes. It seems like the hate is real from you and from you for my industry. Look, just don't show up. If somebody's clearly live streaming, just like go manual, get like a crank leaf blower and just like crank it, or you could pick them up by hand. That's also good.
Or rake, there's options.
You could rake, yes. That rake is how things were done when this was a proper country. I want to go down the panel here and I'm going to give you the tweet. We'll start with Josie because she's the guest. So Dan tweeted, of course, during my tenure here as deputy director of the FBI, I have repeatedly relayed to you the things that are happening that might not be immediately visible, but they are happening. Okay, well, trust the plan. In the end, he goes, we're going to conduct these righteous and proper investigations by the book and in accordance with the law. We are going to get the answers we all deserve. As with any investigation, I cannot predict where it will land, but I can promise you an honest and dignified effort at truth, not my truth or your truth, but the truth. Are you inspired? Are you ready to run through a brick wall for that, Josie?
No, I think that was. I really like. I
like Dan. Yeah,
I like him a lot. As a person, I think he had good intentions getting into this administration. I swear, every single person who got into this administration was like had their children threatened or something. Like, I mean, the 180 of what we were getting, and it's not even like empty promises. It's like people we've known who seem to have integrity for years that we followed them. You know, that seem to be consistent, and all of a sudden they're not. And it's like, you know, like I think what's the one thing that could make me just collapse all of my values? It's like, oh, my children. So I wonder if they're like, if you don't say this, you know, here's where your child goes to school. And that's just what it always felt like to me. Because I mean, so they're trying to still be the people that they sold themselves to us to be.
Yeah.
Really dramatic about it. Like, this was so dramatic, you know, like I'll never be the same after what I've seen. And it's
250,000 likes, Josie. And there's not even a foot picture in there. 250,000 people read that and were like, yeah. It's just like, I feel like they're all libs. Like, the walls are closing in. We're going to get them any day now.
QAnon.
Yeah. They're finally being told their confirmation bias is being met. And after years and years of not having that, now they're like, yeah, I'm right about everything. You know, like the left was for a very, very long time. They were never told no. They were never told they were wrong. They were lied to the whole time. And now I feel like the tables have kind of turned. And now everybody is having their confirmation bias met on the right. And they're like, look, we were right all along. Hell yeah, I'm going to like this. And, you know, 200,000.
Yeah, we're getting a little too excited. What do you think, Luke?
I did a video about this, and I broke down point by point what he's saying and how we cannot trust him until there's receipts and actual legitimate action. Stop with these statements. Stop with these Fox News interviews. Stop embarrassing yourself. We want action, not empty platitudes and words. We had enough of that, okay? If it wasn't for him lying to us, I would have believed him. But he lied to us. He lied to us straight to our face, and he looked like he was being held hostage when he did it. So now doing this, doing this grandiose type of statement really makes you wonder, what in the world are you thinking? Like, this is only going to build up more kind of pressure and demand. Now, some people are going to be like, yeah, we did it. Yay, yay. And I'm like, well, okay, those people are clearly not paying attention to what's going on here. Those people just want to believe those certain things. And I think at a certain time, they're like, okay, let's just tell them whatever they want to hear. Maybe they'll go away. Because obviously the calls for accountability are not going away. And they never will be going away. They might dampen. They might be a little bit less frequent, but they're always going to be there until we actually get something. I played a clip because I did a full video breakdown, and I kind of went in. I went hard. I released the video Sunday or Saturday. I went point by point. I went what happened before. And there's, you know, I want to believe that this is true, but I can't unless he proves it. And he hasn't proven it. So far, we have gotten these empty platitudes, empty statements that don't amount to anything other than people taking these
Ghislaine Maxwell gave 100 names. The walls are closing in, Luke. Just 2 more weeks. Trust the plan. Why are you such a doom pillar? Trust the plan, Luke.
No, I'm a panicking. Sorry, I'm totally panicking over here and like wanting actual proof of legitimacy of accountability and transparency from the government. I actually want to, you know, be shown exactly what. That's just, you know, the crazy mindset of wanting actual, real, legitimate action rather than just these kind of boomer words here that don't amount to anything.
Hannah Claire, give us some hope. You know, we just had 2 doom pillars. You know, give us some hopium. Are the walls finally? I mean, Donald Trump said he's going to sue Kamala Harris. Barack Obama's moments away from jail. I heard the walls are closing in on him. Oprah, everything's. I mean, how much more could you possibly want? 100 names, Hannah Claire, is 100 names that Ghislaine Maxwell gave that nobody's ever heard before. And just any minute now, Pam Bondi's going to decide which of those names we need to know. I mean, I can't wait. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm putting the red light emojis in front of all my videos. I mean, I don't know.
That's the only way to roll. I mean, if you don't have a red light emoji, you're not real news. My question's actually for you, Jeremy, because we talked about this, I think, a week or two ago. You suggested that hypothetically maybe Bongino had tenured his resignation and was going to leave the FBI. When I saw this post, I was like, how is Jeremy doing? Because it really does seem like Bongino.
I've missed a few here.
Yeah. It's not good.
You don't say.
Maybe to Josie's point, there's something happening that's very nefarious in the background. He's got something being held over him. But it does seem like this is the doubling down. And I know I spent a lot of time last week saying essentially the Trump administration wants to walk away from this story. They're tired of it. I think in some ways we're just revving back up, and that seems like it would put Bongino at odds with Trump himself. I don't know if that's a positive spin for you or not, but it does seem like the drama is not about to end anytime soon.
What were you going to say, Luke?
They haven't fired any corrupted major figures within the FBI. They promoted J6 Jensen to a major role in the D.C. office, okay? Now, if there are some major firings, okay, then we can make an argument. They're cleaning house. They're actually going to be acting on it. But in reality, we got one guy that retired.
They didn't turn the FBI into a museum on day one? I believe I was promised specifically that, but I can't remember who said they were going to do that, but...
It just turned out to be a brand new building and not a museum for them that our taxes are spending lots of money on. So, they get rewarded for their corruption and crimes, especially against the J6ers. And one of the top prosecutors of them is going to be promoted. So that's great.
Josie, why do I keep getting it wrong? I boldly predicted that, look, I agree with you. I think Dan and Cash really thought that they were going to go in there and be the change that I don't think that it was some ruse that they really didn't care about releasing the files. I don't believe for one second that Dan doesn't love this country. And I like Dan. I feel like I wish there's many such examples, but I feel like they're like, you're like, oh yeah, I'll come over and help you move, and then you show up and they haven't packed anything and it's like a disaster. You had no idea how bad it was going to be. Like, I feel like they walked in, like, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Cash, I'm a little more disappointed in, but like, I mean, they had to just walk in and be like, oh, this is, I called it the swamp, but now it has to be that they had good intentions.
Now
that
I have
they
to
went
bathe in it.
Yeah, right. Like, what? I mean, they had to have had good intentions, don't you think?
I do. I think that we've all been reliably told by Cat Turd that this is the way. This is the way forward, and that we have to.
Are you challenging him to a bar fight, Josie? He's been in over 40 fights. Okay.
I don't stand.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
A fellow turd dunker. Welcome to the show.
I think that we keep being told to trust the plan, and then when we have legitimate questions, or if we want accountability, or if we want evidence, all of a sudden we're panicking.
Yeah.
So we get smeared, and it's like, well, we're just asking for basic accountability, just the baseline of saying, like, keeping a promise, anything like that. But we're not getting that.
Yeah. Other than, like, I mean, look, when Trump got elected, you knew that the economy, he was going to do good with the economy, and I think he has done well.
Yes.
Obviously, people don't like the big, beautiful bill, but if you're looking at your 401k or your stocks, you're feeling pretty good. He's delivered on immigration, I think, decently. I'd like to have 10 times the deportations, but a lot of these bluster and promises, like Pam Bondi, Luke, I'm gonna go to Luke, then Hannah Claire, but well, actually, first, just for everyone that's just joined since Russell Brand, Josie, can you let people know again where to follow you, and you run are you still doing your spaces?
I do spaces on Monday nights. I have Chase Geyser on with me tonight.
Shout out Chase from InfoWars, right?
Yes, from InfoWars. So I do that at 7 o'clock. I run that live on X, but also I record it. So there's video of it that goes up on Rumble on Tuesdays, and of course across all streaming platforms. You can hear the audio on Tuesdays as well. I'm on X, TRHL Official. I'm the Redheaded Libertarian.
Love it. Luke. No, I forgot what I was. What would I say? What did
You
I
want to
say?
yell about Pam Bondi.
Oh, Pam Bondi.
That's where you're headed.
Okay, how has she not been fired? I mean, literally, she lied to our face. I mean, are the files on your desk or aren't they? Like, just where's the truckload? First we were told there's a truckload. Then it's like, well, it's all just CP. Everything we have is just CP. We don't have any files or names or anything. It's all just DVDs of CP. Like, well, then what'd you use in court? Like, now we're not getting the grand jury. I mean, what's going on with her? Like, she's just going to snake her way past this, isn't she? I think she's just going to keep moving forward.
She's a loyal soldier for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump tells her what to do, and she carries out those orders. It's pretty clear here. She's very careful with her words, especially as a prosecutor. Like, she's smart. She got to where she did from, a lot of hard work, and I don't think she made any mistakes here other than being told from the top, hey, you're going to say this. Hey, now you're going to tell people this. All right. And she's like, okay. And that's why she's around. That's why Donald Trump puts out Truth Social messages in support of her, saying she's doing a fantastic job. I when you guys were talking, I was automatically thinking about this kind of post that Kash Patel made when there was rumors that Dan Bongino was going to be stepping down. Kash Patel was like, yeah, no, we're doing great. I love working here. And I'm like, Trump made him do that. It's
yeah,
clear
he immediately, first it went from, if Dan Bongino quits, and he's going to, Kash Patel's going with him, to Kash Patel sending out a tweet calling everyone conspiracy theorists. Like, what the hell, dude? Like,
don't believe the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you son of a gun. I mean, you're
bro,
the
you were on.
leader.
He was on IRL. I watched it. Some of you were there, saying that like the files exist, and then he didn't.
The declassifier in chief. He looked at me. He's like, look, you're going to be the declassifier. And I'm like, yay. I'm like, I want to declassify stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's just mind-boggling to see this type of like stuff come out the way it has. And the foreign policy is not the best. And when you look at what just happened now, especially with the announcement for Russia saying it's no longer 50 days, it's going to be 10 days.
But I like
days.
that, right? Like the 50 days seems stupid. Like, either get it to a ceasefire, don't. Why do you give him 2 months? That seemed weird.
Yeah, but what is going to happen after that? I mean, he's given him a chance to do this, or the quote gloves are off. What is that going to mean? That's going to mean more escalations, more war, which clearly is something that I think the Slavic people had way too much of.
Yeah. What do you think, Hannah Claire?
Oh, I'm thinking about Matt Gaetz. How differently would all of this have been if he hadn't had to withdraw from his AG nomination? It's interesting. Pam Bondi has a mixed record on like 2A. I know some people loved her. She was interesting to watch when she was in her Senate confirmation hearings. But it does seem like this situation, at least with the Epstein files, was not something that the Trump administration had a solid game plan for. And Matt Gaetz is a different personality. He has a different level of trust with the American public. He's obviously much more of an online presence than Pam Bondi was before. So we could play what if all day, but it's not exactly helpful. Although I will admit, I am wondering what it would be like if Matt Gaetz had been in charge of this. Would he have handled it more transparently? Would he have been under the same kind of pressure that maybe Bongino's under? It's hard to tell.
Kilurgi in chat says, hello, Josie. Sorry, but Luke is no longer the hot babe of the quartering live shows. Puts $10,000 back in wallet. Also, PJ Shaded says, my fiance said that Coffee Brand Coffee is her new favorite coffee. It made it for a great gift and even got me the flavor returned. If you catch my drift. Oh, the favor returned. Oh, okay. All right. Boys, he's telling you if you buy your wife coffee, she's going to wash your car. So, gents, I highly recommend to buy your ladies some Coffee Brand Coffee. Pac-Man says, good afternoon, Jeremy, Hannah Claire, Josie, and Luke. What do all of you think of the Dan Bongino? Oh, well, we got to that organically. The most banned username on Rumble says, son of a bitch, I just found out I share a birthday with Luke. I guess I really am gay. Well, that's one way to find out. Dr. Pat says, happy to hear you are Rumbleized. And DDMN says, your post on X about Hillary Crowder DMs that leaked blew the F up. Oh, did it? Well, that's interesting. The other ones before we get to this next topic, John says, I just don't understand why he would throw $1 million business plus away for a government job that makes 175 grand because he's never going to be able to come back. I think you're talking about Dan. I believe that Dan really is a true believer, though. Like, I think he threw it away because he loves his country. And let's be honest, Dan Bongino has plenty of money. I don't know if it's public or not, but I've heard he, at minimum, has hundreds of thousands of shares of Rumble. And you could just do the math there at $10 a share, you know? So, like, Mr. Minibike says, comment for the Pokey story being from Michigan, Traverse City is Traverse City. Oh, it's a Michigan thing. Sorry. And Madney says boobs. Shout out Madney.
Nice.
I actually wanted to talk about, I'm trying to figure which topic we do next. I want to go to this because I saw Josie tweeted about it and I thought, what a bonkers story. Apparently, I didn't know this now, but Sydney Sweeney is now the face of eugenics and the Nazi party. I was unfamiliar with that. Josie, when did that happen?
It just happened the other day. So Sydney Sweeney is in the is it American Eagle, the jeans commercial, and in the end of the commercial it says Sydney Sweeney has good jeans, and it's JEANS. Obviously, she's modeling jeans. So the far left, the awfuls, the affluent white, female liberals. I
don't like to take pot shots at women, but are liberal women the worst, or are they the really worst? Like, there's no worst. They're
downfall. Yeah, they're terrible. So they're making these videos, and God bless them, because they're making videos side by side with this beautiful woman and putting their faces next to this woman and doing these split screen videos of it.
This is my favorite.
Yes.
She picked that thumbnail.
Well, I got to tell you, in all honesty, hand to my heart, I just froze the screen, and that's what I got. And I said, "This is fate."
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I thought this was the actual video, but yeah, I mean, this woman is unhinged.
SSRIs, right there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So,
cat lady toxoplasmosis syndrome.
Yes, exactly. So what did I say? I can't even read my tweet.
It says, I'd like to take a minute to appreciate the suicidal hubris of this woman who positioned herself beside a model and chronicled her own failure to discern advertising from eugenics. They're saying, there was one video where the woman was like, Sydney Sweeney, her initials are literally SS. I'm like,
she did it on purpose too.
Yeah.
What do you make of this?
So she so they're saying genes as in GENES, and she's blonde hair, blue eyes, and you can't say she has good genes because that's Nazi propaganda, because Hitler wanted the master race to be blonde haired, blue eyes, but Hitler wanted, saying somebody has good genes isn't saying somebody doesn't have good genes. Hitler wanted a superior genes. So that's saying so it's really a stretch to say, well, saying having good genes is Nazi propaganda. Like, no, it's like she has good genes. You look at that woman and it's like she's blessed, and it's convincing.
Right, she's the type of girl that doesn't have to work out and like maintain that body. The people just say you have good genes if that's the case. Like, they're not talking about Nazi stuff,
No, absolutely. There's no master race stuff going on here. She's just a beautiful woman who happens to be blonde hair and blue eyed, and she has good genes. She looks great. She looks terrific, So but it's women on the right that can't handle that.
I like this controversy because it shows how you're always one step away from some sort of Hitler comparison. When this, I have a video coming out about this later today. When this ad campaign launched, initially it was the right who was like, let's go. But they would put side by side this ad versus
woke is dead.
Where it was like, diversity, body positivity, you guys can figure that one out on your own. And it just took the weekend for the left to be like, how do we get mad about this? What should we do? And I thought they were going to go the feminist route. I thought they were going to be like, because the shots like zoom in on her butt or her boobs or whatever, be like, how could she do this? She's just peddling to men and anti-feminist, whatever. But I actually like that we diverted to being angry about like basic wordplay. The fact that Gene and Gene are similar, and they're like, see, in this current climate, you can't say that because of Europe, and that's bad. Like it's the funniest excuse. And I've watched enough of these videos to watch these liberal women be like, in today's day and age, how could this get through their advertising group? It's just ridiculous.
Luke, do you want to explain to the ugly women why I love this other gaslighting? I mean, not the women on the panel, but the ugly women online. My new favorite gaslight too, and men are doing it too. I quote tweeted this guy. Apparently he's known. I don't know who he is. But like them pretending like, I don't even get why men find Sydney Sweeney attractive. It's like, you don't?
Like, she's hot and has big bazongas, unlike all those other fat, pig, gender dysphoria, crazy, jihad-loving liberals with armpit hair that wear flip-flops and don't take care of themselves. I don't want to see those awful piglets running around, dancing around, trying to sell me some nonsense. I want to see Sydney Sweeney. I prefer Sydney Sweeney over the crap that we were induced to throughout the last few years that were trying to push all these like insane things. I sent you a video because there's another gargantuan blob that wasn't too happy about this. And then I have a shirt here that I also just released.
All right, hold on. Fucking chill. Wait, it's not Timcast, it's Shillcast. Usually we go by Timu Timcast. Oh yeah, I have this. I think this is a man. I think this is a biological man.
This is a dude.
Well, my favorite thing is how it's become a flex to be like, I don't even think she's that. I don't even get why other dudes think she's hot. It's like a virtue signal to women. Like, look, here's the psychology of why Sydney Sweeney's also hot. She wears a lot of makeup. She does partake in a little bit of the cake face. And what I tried to explain in this tweet is I said, you can see a picture of her without makeup. She is very girl next door, very gettable to guys, which adds a layer of like, when you look at somebody who's like a crazy, and she doesn't have a bunch of obvious plastic surgery and like all this weird stuff. She seems like she is like a prototypical guy fantasy of the girl next door. And like people are like, I don't even get it. I'm like, yeah, the whole trope of a girl next door, you never heard of that? You never heard of like this woman who like, I happen to think like Kim Kardashian's gross, but that's because she's had like, well, she's been ran through, but also she's had tons of plastic surgery and she's very fake. Sydney Sweeney seems relatively authentic, relatively normal looking. She, if you see her without makeup, I mean, I've hung out with lots of girls like Sydney Sweeney who maybe don't have as big of boobs as her, but otherwise she seems very normal. And like all these people who are atypical and not normal are like, I don't get it. She's just out at the beach having fun with her friends, taking selfies. That's Nazi behavior. Like, what? I don't know.
Classic Nazi behavior.
Yeah, I don't understand. Here's this one.
I will be.
Oh, can you hear the audio?
Friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird.
I think it's a dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a dude. Okay.
Like
it's speaking through its double chin.
Like Nazi propaganda weird.
My body's composition is determined by my genes.
What's wrong with that? I see nothing wrong with what's happening currently.
Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
What's wrong with that? I don't know. Like, they do this crap for men.
I thought they were going to go the feminist, like, don't sexualize women route. I like it so much better that they were like eugenics. It's like, honestly more creative. And to be fair, it was funny having to watch people justify the fact that American Eagle's stock price jumped.
16%.
Like, as you can see, hate is alive and well in America because this campaign is successful. It's ridiculous.
I think that they realized that men like attractive women and women like attractive women. Victoria's Secret was the angels, and that was to get women.
They don't sell to men
to buy their stuff. And, because you could look like that. Could we look like an angel? No, but, that was the way the marketing went.
But you thought you could. Like, you felt like it. You dress like these symbols and, like, you could be very average, but you feel sexy. And it's like I always point back, there was a study done, I think back in the 50s, kind of in the great marketing era, when marketing was more like
Mad Men.
Like the Mad Men era. Yeah, like you didn't have to worry about PC, you just had to move units. And there's a very famous study, maybe Check or bring it up, but like we know as a fact that men prefer attractive women and women prefer attractive women in ads. And same of men. Men men want to see dude bro chads, and so do women. Like this is, and for years it's been like, oh, well, we can't talk about that. Like, okay, but look around society. Like, everybody likes it. You know, like, it's just what converts.
There was a study, and I can't remember exactly the details, but the way men would view, like, trans women was the same way, like what their brain would do was the same way they'd see maggots.
Jeez.
Yep, it would have that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I actually kind of understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I can get, as men, I can ask you, when you see, you know, a man with facial hair wearing a dress and have long hair and look gross, and like, do you have that reaction? Like, you
I reach for the Pepto. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I usually.
That's why we got to make women's sports great again. But we got to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the part of culture that's pushing, you know, men and women are interchangeable and the same, and gender is fluid or whatever, would also be the one that are offended by beauty. I mean, that's really what this comes down to. It's a deep insecurity, and when they see Sydney Sweeney basically being praised for being beautiful, they can't stand it. So they have to make it something dark and ugly. They have to compare it to something else, and I just think that goes to show you, like, feminism is bad for a lot of reasons, but also because it's rooted in really ugly anti-femininity behavior.
This is actually a tactic of...
Did I freeze, or did everybody else freeze?
You froze.
You froze. This is actually a tactic of communists from around the era of World War II. What they would say is, well, if somebody becomes particularly irritating to you, like, tie them to a label that already stinks. And the three that they would do was fascist, anti-Semite, and like racist or something. There was like a third one, and those are the three that they would say tie Americans who are particularly against the communist cause, tie them to these labels.
Well, it's like pedo jacketing them, but like Hannah Claire's our resident anti-Semitism czar.
Expert.
So so I'm not sure if she has anything to weigh in there, but
well,
yeah,
I
it's
think that tradition's alive and well. I mean, the biggest way to get a company to pull something typically is to be like, that person has said something that's wrong. It's tied to anti-Semitism. I mean, that's why Trump went after Harvard the way he did. It was under anti-Semitism. Or there was that girl who just got pulled from Love Island, just unexpectedly because someone unearthed tweets where she, as far as I know, she's, you know, Mexican American or something, and she said things online that were anti-Asian people. You know, this is something that especially Western culture, especially American culture, has been conditioned to be absolutely against. There is no space for wrong speak. And if you can imply that someone has done something wrong or that they are too scandalous to even be considered, then you can dominate and control what kind of exposure they have. We see this all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
In terms of it, it wasn't always well, I guess it's always in some way been anti-Semitism, but it wasn't big anti-Semitism. It was if you said something racist, like that kid that from the Parkland shooting, Kyle something.
Yes, right.
Yeah, he was going to go to Harvard, and they unearthed a tweet of him dropping the M-bomb. And all of a sudden they said, no, you can't come to Harvard anymore. Like,
yeah, you made a mistake when you were 16 years old. You made an edgy joke 10 years ago. We can't have that. But we can have.
But bring us David Hogg. We love that guy.
Right. Well, or they said, bring us people that will hold hostage, staff hostages and take over buildings.
Yes.
Like that's why I don't like. I'm gonna end that segment there, but I do want to say I don't like Trump using anti-Semitism as a tool to go after these universities, because you're allowed to hate Jewish people just as much as you're allowed to hate white people or black people or whatever. This is a free country, but I'm not
legally in many states now.
No, I know. Well, I disagree with that.
I hate the Jews in Florida.
Yeah, I don't like it. I do like that. Columbia got railed, lost $200 million in a lawsuit for discrimination. I just wish it was like because they're really discriminating against white men and white women, and like everyone's like, but Jews. I'm like, yeah, but they openly said that they're discriminating against whites and Asians. Like, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
they
that's
lost
okay.
a lawsuit. The Supreme Court ruled against them, not because of white people, but Asians sued Harvard for not letting them in. And it's Asian Americans. Like, can we, like, just let's not do the anti-Semitism thing. Just say, hey, they're discriminating. Like, I just not, I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like anti-Semitism like Hannah Claire does, but I don't.
I agree. I also don't like anti-Semitism. We're all on the same page.
Right.
The thing is, I think what happens is like it becomes like there are only certain protected people that you're allowed to bring forth these causes under. So like with the affirmative action lawsuit, if it had just been white students, I don't know if it would have gone as far as the fact that a coalition of Asian students who had been discriminated against signed on. And that's actually a problem,
that's
right? Like,
probably, right.
Anti-white discrimination in this country, and you're not allowed to talk about it. That seems like we are exposing to ourselves how biased and broken the system is, except we're not allowed to fix it.
What they did, there's not a word for it. So they haven't made a word for it in the way they have anti-Semitism, racism, Islamophobia, Asian hate. They don't have one. It's not a word when they actually discriminate against white people because
well, it is racist. It's just they say it doesn't apply.
It's called the mainstream.
They changed the definition of the word racism. And I remember when that happened. Do you remember when that happened? There was
they needed to be a systematic whatever. Yeah.
Credit it to a child who wrote to Merriam-Webster and said, we need to expand the definition to include a systemic element to it. And it's like, that was a kid that did that.
Yeah, that was weird. I do
push back.
And right around the halfway point, I always like to give everyone a chance to let the folks know. We got about 20,000 people out there right now. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Let the people know where they can find your stuff. Josie, you can find her on rumble.com and just do spaces X Josie. But we'll let the people know what else you got going on. I always like to give the people that are kind enough to donate their time a chance to shill. Now I know you do sell some garbage coffee. I don't know if you want to, I don't know if it's going to hit with my crowd, but anything else you might want to promote probably would do good.
I do got some coffee back there. It's 1776 signature brew, and it's like
it was 1776. That was supposed to be a dig at Tim. 1776 is fine. That's good coffee. Yeah.
So
no, it's Tim's coffee.
It's Tim's coffee.
Oh, so yeah. She has garbage coffee. Yeah. If you want to buy garbage coffee but support her, then
it's delicious garbage coffee. It is so good. It's like it has notes of chocolate and vanilla in it. I don't really drink coffee, but I drank this black because it was so good. So it is.
What kind of roast is it? Like a medium roast or a dark roast?
I did a light roast because I wanted it to be like dessert, sort of, not too much.
Yeah.
So it was kind of designed to be like a celebration coffee because 1776 was
okay.
Awesome.
I got that confused with Rumble's coffee, which is called 1776, which I don't even know they advertise anymore. But anyway, sorry.
Oh no, mine's garbage. Definitely don't buy it, guys.
No, buy it to support Josie.
Just don't drink it. Lay it on your shelf.
Just throw it out once you get it. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm on X at TRHL official. I'm the redheaded libertarian.
By the way, shout out Reaper Hunter who gifted 5 subs on Twitch. Very, very cool of you, bud. Grape Jelly for being 4-month subscriber. And Jeremy's Tickle Pickle, I'm not sure what that's referencing, also subscribed. Hannah Claire, now that you actually showed up, anything you want to promote that you have going on?
Show up to a job when you don't send me the link. I just want to be clear here. I was ready and waiting, and Jeremy is over here being half a person.
There were some very distressed messages from her. Like I saw like, so do you not want me on the show today? Like I was wondering if you were using your woman logic. Like, oh, is he mad at me?
No, I didn't think you were mad at me, but like if you are having Josie on, I was like, does he want me to wait 30 minutes? Come on later when she's rotating off? Like,
no.
Because I've covered for you before, I know that the like 15 minutes before the show is kind of a scramble. So I don't like to like bombard you, but also was like, whoa, team, it's not that I wasn't ready. It's that I was like not allowed into the room.
Wait, did you do your homework over the weekend before you do your promotion?
I watched Clove Hitch Killer and I finished the other movie.
Did you like Clove Hitch Killer?
I did. This is a fun thing about being on the show with you, which is like, I feel like you're like a mood ring. You're figuring out what kind of movies everyone on the show likes, and you recommend them. Cloverfield is really good. If you guys are into, I would call it kind of vintagey crime thrillers, it's definitely worth the watch. I thought it was really like the cinematography was cool. It was an interesting.
I love
plot.
the aesthetic.
Yeah, and if you like crime, like if you especially like I don't know if this ruins it, but like BTK or stuff like that. It is interesting.
Well, it's very obviously based on BTK or
yeah. In the very beginning, I was wondering if there was any like John Wayne Gacy to it, but to me, it didn't really pick up on that. But yeah, so I am here today. I'm here every time Jeremy allows me to join the show, especially when he sends the link that makes this possible. You can find me on YouTube, Rumble, and X. I'm Hannah Claire B on all of those platforms. I'll have a video out today about some news you might have missed last week, which is a new series I'm starting. And
I like that name.
What?
I like that, like that branding. Yeah.
I've been calling it last week's news today, which I think is
I like that better.
Yeah. So check out a new episode of that. It'll be out a couple hours after this stream. So yeah, that's it. Hannah Claire B on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Luke, are you selling tea today?
Yes, I am. And I'm saying really crazy off the wall stuff on my social media posts like I usually do, especially here in the good old home country of Poland. As you can check out my post on Instagram. I'll send that link over into the chat room at Luke We Are Change, and on Twitter at Luke We Are Change as well. We do still have some tea available on wearechange.shop. I'll put the link in the chat room. I think we only have 9 bags of tea left. So
you ordered some more though, right?
Yeah, we ordered some more. They haven't come in yet. I don't know when they're going to come in, but there's only 9 bags left now of just the lemon ginger one. Get it at wearechange.shop, and then follow my Polish shenanigans. I like to point out how, there's not a lot of scholars and engineers and doctors here in Poland on the streets here, and just how not fat people are, and just how happy and joyous they are living a life with no cultural diversity at all.
When he says doctors and engineers, Josie, he means black people. I just want to make sure everyone in chat knows that.
I missed that completely, so thank you for the clarity.
I don't think you did. I'm so happy here. I'm so relaxed. I get to just chill, and it's so nice to just like let loose and
Are you okay to stay a little bit longer, Josie? I know that you, if you got to go at
No. I thought that the show was starting at 3. See, Hannah Claire, they gave me the wrong time and didn't give you the link, so I think they just didn't want women.
Women always deflect. Women always try to blame everybody else.
Chat, women blaming men again, huh? Am I right?
Boys are fired.
I'm just saying. I think
the stream.
I think subconsciously they didn't want women on the show today.
Hey, I'll have you know, Josie.
More hair than both of them.
Well, that's true, but. I have a show twice a week called Testro Cast, and it is in fact the Testro Cast, and it is all women.
To be with the women.
Only once a month.
Puts it in.
Only once a month, Luke. Periods don't last all month, Luke. The Sounders and Massive
Testro Cast is Tuesday, Thursdays if you guys are interested. And to be fair, he has forgotten to send the link to Melanie Mack before. So
I did that last week.
Pressing all women, don't worry.
Luke, this may be, Sounders said massive attack on the internet is underway. Countries are forcing digital ID like the UK, EU, and Australia. Visa Massacre trying to censor or remove games and anime. Now a bill called COSA in the US. I'm unfamiliar with that. Has any of you heard of that? COSA bill? No, I have not either. Yeah, I saw that Visa MasterCard got some games that I would not, that I personally, they were porn games, like degenerate porn games, but like I wouldn't play them, but I don't have a problem with them existing. And some Karens complained to Visa MasterCard, and Visa MasterCard flexed on Steam, which is a huge video game store, and they ended up removing them. COSA's the Kids Online Safety Act. Well, that doesn't sound ominous. It's for the kids.
Jeremy. You know,
it's for the kids, yeah. Just like COPPA was for the kids, and not. Oh, go ahead.
Don't want to watch their kids, then obviously they need the government to watch their kids for them.
Good point. Who else is going to watch our kids if not the government?
Daddy government for a reason.
They know it's best.
Yeah. All hail government.
government loves us and wants what's best for us.
Kids Online Safety Act is equivalent of EU's Digital Services Act and the UK's Online Safety Act. If passed, it could mandate digital identity, fully de-anonymize, I can never say that word, the internet, and impose significant censorship. This is going to be something that while everyone's talking about the Epstein files, people better watch. I'm like right after the show, this is the first I've seen about it. And, this is the kind of crap they do when we're all talking about one thing. They passed the Patriot Act. Don't you hate terrorists, guys? And online gambling. Mm-hmm. Yes, then support the Patriot Act until the government can regulate it. Then we'll allow everyone to be degenerate online gamblers. I wanted to talk about this other story, especially since we have so much estrogen on the show today. This is something that doesn't get talked about enough. I know Luke's doing his part. They call him Luke Johnny Appleseed Rodkowski back in Poland. But the fertility rates reached a new low in 2024. And, if you combine this with kind of those recent studies that are saying, Gen Z is, more single, more alone, they're having less, bedroom relations, married couples, Gen Z couples are having less kids. This is kind of concerning. Hannah Claire, I'm going to start with you since you recently birthed a child. Why are you taking so long and why won't you have more kids?
Well, this is actually an interesting question. So I have a very young baby, and it was amazing to me how quickly people started asking me when I was going to have another. I mean, I think I probably got the first question 24 hours after I got home from the hospital. And that's a compliment to me. Obviously, my first baby is pretty great.
It's so perfect. The world needed more
experiences. The thing about what I find interesting about this article is it talks about that our national fertility rate has dipped since the 1960s when it was over 3.6 per children per woman. It's now down as of 2024 to 1.6, which is significant. I mean, replacement rate is 2.1 or 2.3, depending on whose economic statistics you follow. I have this conversation about, I'll be really honest about it, about like, when will I have another kid, if I have one. And I think that the hard thing about it is this is a perfect storm of a lot of issues. So I've always wanted to have children. I feel really lucky that I have had my first one. But it costs a lot of money. You have to make decisions about childcare and staying home and what kind of education you're going to provide for them. What resources do you have? And if you live far from family, things like that. There's also the apathy, right? Like people who are saying, well, it's hard. I don't know if I want it. It could intrude on my life. There's increased infertility issues. Some of that might be because people are delaying having children. Some of it could be because of environmental reasons. I just
SSRIs.
Right. I've listened to a girl talk about doing a mold detox and getting pregnant after 2 years of infertility afterwards. I mean, it is fascinating how many things can destroy this type of population growth. It's not just a social factor, although having generations of women's push feminism didn't help. And it's not just environmental, although having plastics in the food is probably not a good thing either. But I think, and Elon Musk is kind of the celebrity I would point to for this. He was on the forefront of being like, we don't have an overpopulation crisis like so many generations said. We have an underpopulation crisis, because when you have countries like South Korea and Japan that do not have enough young people to take care of their aging populations, you're in real trouble. And Western countries, and to a certain extent some Asian countries, although it's mostly Western.
Well, then what you do, Hannah Claire, you just release a disease that primarily takes out the elderly, and then you leak it from a lab, and then it hypothetically.
Or you have mass migration because everyone's interchangeable and you can just replace people.
Well, that's what Europe is doing, right?
That's what Europe and America are pushing. So I think it's important. I mean, I have started talking about this a lot. Obviously we have to applaud Josie on the channel. She has I think she's passed replacement rate, so she's making sure the population is still going more. But I think it's something people have to take more seriously.
Josie, what do you think? It's at 1.6. It's an all-time low of less than 1.6. We're down by a half a kid. Yeah, that's crazy.
3 daughters, 16, 15, and 10.
Okay, so it's time.
Yeah, I haven't ruled out having another child.
Oh, okay.
You have to. We're so far
Commit
behind,
to it
Josie.
here live on the show, Josie.
I'm already beyond what I need for replacement. You know, I have
You've
to.
done your job.
I'm double duty at this point, honestly. So they were trying to say that we have a population surplus, which we don't, and I think because in order to get people to die off, we're easier to enslave if there's fewer of us, you know, especially if we're all sick and weak, which is, you know, infecting us, our food, and infecting us with environmental stuff. I think a lot of the reason women aren't is what Anna Claire said. There's environmental factors. There's birth control. I mean, women have endometriosis now because they've been on birth control since they were 10 years old.
And that's a relatively new finding, right? Like this generation of women, in the women in their 30s and 40s are only now kind of finding out, wow, birth control is actually pretty bad for you. Like
birth control is considered anti-feminist. Like people get really angry about it.
Well, when I was in high school, like basically every girl was on birth control. Like it was like this, oh, you're 16? Well, we're not gonna have any babies in this house.
I was the only one in my friend group that wasn't on birth control, and it was like
smart.
It was almost like looked at like, ew, like how can you not be on it? I'm like, well, I'm not.
Didn't you know it helps with acne, Josie?
Right? Like, exactly. Like, yeah, I'm on it for my acne. I'm on it because I have painful periods. I'm on it because I'm promiscuous. It's like I didn't do any of that stuff, so I didn't go on it. You know.
Yeah.
I've had
It's
doctors
the whole pill.
try to encourage me to put my children on it, and of course I'm not going to do that. Of course not. You know. So this is something I've always been very, very attuned to. And then seeing what it's done to my friends who I went to high school with, and seeing now, like many of them, how they've struggled with fertility issues. And a lot of them will struggle with that. And then they'll just make the decision, well, I'm not going to have kids, you know? So it'll be their choice to not have kids, not the fact that they can't because their bodies have been ruined.
And it's not just that. It's not that these hoe pills allow these hoes to be hoes, but more.
Hey man, it takes two. It takes two, Luke. I'm just saying.
You should know. You should know.
I've been with the same girl since high school. What are you talking about?
Listen, it's not just that these hoes be taking these hoe pills.
Oh.
It's also the fact that when they do, and then they pee it out, it gets brought back into the water system and never gets filtered out.
Yeah, that too.
And these type of like hormone levels not only affect other women, but other males in the drinking water, right? It's not just the atrazine, it's also the birth control that people are inundated with without their consent, that are not taking it, that are also forced to take it because it just never gets filtered out. So it's a eugenics operation with soft kill weapons that many people don't realize. You have to be hyper paranoid about your health, just like I am. You have to nag your friends like I did to Jeremy and I do everyone else.
I was glad when you left.
You guys are being eugenicized and depopulated without your acquiescence and consent. And I think it's more important than ever to kind of realize, holy cow, almost everything around us is poisoned, and it takes away from our ability to reproduce. And that is the biggest marker of health. And the vast majority of people are infertile, not because of their own kind of willing actions, but because of the things that are all around them that they had no idea was really bad for their health. Whether it's microplastics, whether it's all these other hormones or estrogens or all these other phthalates and all these other kind of disruptors of your hormone system. It is just a full-on biological chemical war that's being waged on you ever since you're born. And you got to be super paranoid and super smart about it, because if you're not, you're going to be in a position where you can't reproduce.
Well, and I would argue that if it's for those people who are fertile, who aren't struggling with things, the next obstacle you have to jump over is economic, right? I mean, if we are living in a culture that demands that both people in the household work, it becomes very difficult to have and raise young children. One of the most fascinating markers of our modern economy to me is the fact that nurturing careers are in decline and are perpetually understaffed. So things like nursing, things like nutritionists, things that are about taking care of people, typically jobs held by women. And part of that is because some of them aren't very high paid. I know teachers complain about this all the time. And part of it is because
they only work 9 months out of the year.
Well, and we are constantly pushing women and men towards corporate positions. They're pushing them towards something that doesn't have to do with their instincts. For men, maybe that's fine. For women, they should, if you're going to work, you should be allowed to be in fields that are uniquely natural to you, like maybe being a teacher or whatever. The reality is that if we make it so that having children is an economic burden, more people who could have them opt not to, which is bad for us. There's a study out that talks about the car seats. Like if you have multiple children, if you get to 3 kids or 4 kids, you have to fit a car seat in each one. Car seats are big, they're heavy.
And they're expensive.
And if you have to, if you need a 4th car seat, you need a bigger car, which means you need maybe a higher payment. Maybe your insurance goes up. So you might literally opt not to have children because of that expense. That's not good. This is not the way we want.
Well, smart people are. That's the problem, Hannah Claire, is that smart people are doing that math. You know,
the people you want to be having children
Tanisha don't care about that. The problem is
she gets subsidized.
Right. Well, I mean, and she doesn't work, so she doesn't need to go anywhere in her car. But the issue is, you know, Luke, how much of this? And I'll go to Josie then, Luke. How much of this do you think is also like, you know, I'm going to go tinfoil hat a little bit here, but like, you know, we know what like the WHO says. Like, we know that they say there are too many people. They view humans as like a parasite on the planet. You know, how much of this stuff, like, it's crazy when you like, there's probably going to be huge lawsuits, just like I said, there would be against, you know, the COVID vaccine. There will be big lawsuits against these birth control companies, almost certainly, because they're going to, because these were, nobody was ever told that. It was like, oh, you're 16. Have you had the talk? Well, actually, girls are like 13 or 14. They're usually getting on the pill. And it's like, you know, it's crazy how many were on it.
And they never, the doctors never tell the women the hazards and the kind of effects from it and how wrong things could go in their body if they continue to take it. The body is not supposed to be simulating a fake pregnancy for their entire teenage years. That is absolutely horrible and never really fully allows a woman to develop into her natural self. It is biologically just a Frankenstein type of experiment. It needs to be stopped immediately. Birth control needs to be ended now. Use a Jimmy hat, use a rubber. I don't care. Like, it's stop with the insanity. But again,
or understand that there's only about 2 or 3 days you need to be extra careful, and then you can have fun the other 28 days.
Or you just learn how to do the temperature thing, and you know when you're fertile, and you know when you're not. I mean, that's the natural way to do it. And it's like, okay, just use a Jimmy hat. Like, goodness gracious. But again, it is one of the key issues that women keep fighting on and why they keep voting for Democrats. It's like, no, my birth control. It's not just yours. You're forcing everyone else to take it by you taking it first, Karen. 2, you're creating biological harm that you're probably not even aware of. 3, there are bigger societal consequences here that are very vast, that are very big. I have already argued that there's probably a likelihood that the elites have technology that allows them to live forever. And they understand now that you know, they have to keep hold of these secrets, and they have to depopulate the world because there's no other way that they can get away with it, because everyone else is going to want it too. So to me, the AI is sentient. The technocratic singularity has already been reached, and now instead of putting people on trains and into camps, now they're like, we'll make themselves. We'll have themselves be eugenicized. We'll have policies on TikTok and on their algorithms and on Instagram. And we'll make them hate men, especially white men. And I really do believe a conspiracy like that is already unfolding, because the results of it are pretty clear. Who has the most to benefit from it? These people who already have the technology to live forever, in my opinion.
Care to follow that up, Josie?
Well, another thing about birth control is it causes women to pick the wrong mates, because we pick somebody by how well. There was a study done on this. They had women on birth control and women not on birth control smell like the sweat of men, and they ended up, the women on the birth control were picking men that were like kind of closely related to them, like men they otherwise wouldn't. They weren't picking their brother or anything like that, but they were picking men who shared too much to the point where they wouldn't be a good match for health.
Interesting.
And this is women. We do this. We don't know we do this, but we do. And so women not on birth control can pick a mate that is healthy and that would complement them well, that they'd have healthy children with. But all these women on birth control aren't doing that. So what they're finding is women, when they get married to the man that they've been on birth control with forever, then they're like, okay, you know, we're ready to have kids now. And by this point they're 35, because people are having kids much later in life now. And they get off the birth control and they realize they're no longer attracted to their husband anymore. And so that's driving the divorce rate, because these women are suddenly like, they can't stand the way something, they don't know what it is. It's not a smell that you can pick up on. what you sense out. It's something biological. And so now there's divorce, and now these women are getting too old to have children. And it's just this endless, awful cycle. But another thing for propaganda when it comes to population decline, A Handmaid's Tale. I don't know if you guys watched that. So we all
did watch it, actually. Yeah, at least the first season.
I watched it. You know, yeah, exactly. So they started comparing everything to A Handmaid's Tale. Everything. I mean, this is back during like Kavanaugh, like when
not being able to abort your baby is a handmaid tale. It's like, wait, what?
And the thing about it, so what Gilead was, it was this post, like this world where population was in decline. So in order to fix the population, they came up with a religious fanatical plan to fix the population, as opposed to
there was like a mass, like an infertility problem, coincidentally. Like most women couldn't have kids.
Yep. Climate change. Yeah. Caused this infertility issue. And so they were forcing by religious edict that everybody has to have kids in this certain way. And they created this religious hellscape. But that was a big propaganda. So now when these women on the left, especially hear population decline, they're like Handmaid's Tale, you know, so it goes directly to, we're going to have religious tyranny if they try to make us have kids.
Yeah, I don't want to make anyone have kids, but I recognize that we have an issue here. I'm going to do my part, even though I'm old. I do want a couple of messages from viewers. From Flash says, ACB and TRHL are great role models for my daughter. Nephilim says, she's not my type, but Sydney Sweeney is refreshing. The funny thing about Sweeney is she's like completely it's like Chris. She's like the female Chris Pratt litmus test. He is not an overtly political guy, but everybody's always trying to say he's not woke or he's woke, or, you know, like just because he goes to church, conservatives are all like, oh yeah, Chris Pratt's a conservative. I'm like, nah, dude, lots of libs go to church. Like a lot of liberals, like Sydney Sweeney's the same way. She's never ever said anything anywhere near political, but everyone's like, oh, because she's not fat and purple haired, she must be based. I always try to caution people from that. Like she's very likely your prototypical vapid Hollywood celebrity. She's not hashtag one of us.
I think that if I'm not mistaken, there was a birthday party of some sort of
her parents had one. Yeah,
it was very conservative, or very conservative valued, or very MAGA, or very something.
It was a red. They wore MAGA hats, but they said like something about a birthday message. It was like a tangential Trump thing,
like Western Americana theme.
Yeah, but you probably, if they were libs, they probably wouldn't be wearing red hats that were like a play on Trump. Yeah, but that's her parents, not her. You know, like, she's just like I think she's just like. What I think I could party with her. She seems like a Midwestern chick. Yeah. Like we could go to like Summerfest and like crush beers all day and have fun. That's what I think. She's probably not political. Not everybody is like a political lunatic. In fact, most people are not political. You know, like a large portion of them. Caligari, sorry. Why do you keep ignoring my Rumble rants? I get to them when I can get to them. Is it because my takes are too base? Tell me, because if I'm too base, I'm cool with it. No. I'm just trying to get them, especially when you have a guest on. I want to let them talk too. He also said, think of the children, because who cares about the children more than the monsters in the UK government who facilitate sexual assault of up to 1 million underage white English girls. Seems legit. Yeah, right. I saw an article this weekend. A woman brutally raped by 3 Brits. And then like they named the 3 Brits. And they were like, you know, Muhammad Click Clack and Ziggy, something like that. Like they were definitely not British. Like
Abdullah Mahim.
Yeah. Pac-Man says Sydney also works on classic cars, which adds to her hotness. I didn't know that.
It's like she was in a Ford Bronco campaign at one point because I guess she restored an old Bronco.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, cool. Delina, they were chosen. They were the chosen ones when they were to bring balance to America. They were the chosen ones. Oh yeah, who are you talking about though? I know that's a Star Wars reference. Says, oh, I got your other one. I got the fiance one. Dr. Pat, sometimes happy to hear you rumbleize. Oh, I've got all that. Okay, so I've got all the super chats. This other story I want to talk about, because I know that Josie and Hannah Claire probably have secret profiles on this app. But last week, in a kind of a hilarious twist, there's an app that is essentially set up. Am I being unfair to say it's basically set up to bash men and be like a secret gossip network against men? Is that
them and their phone numbers?
It's a burn. It's awful.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm less familiar. Hannah Claire, you sent the story. Why don't you take the lead on this one?
What's your username on that platform?
I'm married, so I don't need it. But
it's something like Groiper Queen 69 420, I think.
Your name, Jeremy? I didn't know you identified as a queen. But okay, whatever makes you happy.
I think it was not 6 billion 6969.
The app is this app that
or is that the other chat room? I think that's the other chat room. I'm sorry.
Poor Hannah Claire.
I don't know what to say.
Go ahead. Sorry. Josie, we have a running meme where Hannah Claire's definitely a crazy anti-Semite. And she spends all day on like 4chan and Groiper groups.
It's always weird because I feel like you secretly would like that. Like, because then
I
just feel a little spicier. I know I'm boring, but I'm just out here hanging out. Do you want to go down this route or should I talk about the T app? Because I'm good either way.
Let's go to T app. Yeah.
The T app is this anonymous app that was launched. So basically, women who are on dating profiles can make profiles about men and say like, oh, he's horrible, he's a racist, whatever. My favorite was Murray Hill guy who had someone message him and say, hey, my friend showed me your T app profile. And
I saw that.
Racist. I mean, it's this weirdly specialized app because dating app culture is awful and bad, where, in another world, if you had a friend who was going out with a guy who was in your social network, you could say, hey, do you know anything about him? And she might say, oh, he's kind of a jerk. He did this thing. But because
so they create profiles for men and then they all dunk on them. Is that what it is?
It's
okay.
App. So like if you were a young buck, wild and single, if your divorce ever comes through.
Any day now.
Yours, no, let's hope not. Marriage is forever. Your profile would be there and girls who knew you would say like, hopefully they'd say positive things.
Obviously, they would all say good things. Yeah.
He's a jerk. He wanted me to sleep with him. I didn't like him. He's racist. He does whatever. And it had a huge data leak, which I find really funny because it's all about being anonymous, but it involves all of their phone numbers, selfies they took to get verified. And so this reporting network was hacked, proving again that online dating, while successful for some people, is just this horrible landmine I wish most people could avoid.
Yeah, by the way, shout out, we had Murray Hill guy on. You were on that day, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, he came on an Testro Cast. Let me bring up because I saw him post that. Where is that? It was from 2 days ago, right?
Yeah. Because T was really catching the internet's attention a couple days ago. And again, it is a modern solution to a modern problem. If you are on a dating app and you don't know any of these people, then obviously it's probably good to have someone verifying it. I mean, I remember this, it was either a reel or something like a video where this girl zoomed in on this guy's Hinge profile and then clicked to her computer tab where he was wanted for stalking. So you really don't know.
But that's actually good though. I think that'd be okay.
I mean, if that's why T existed, I would think that would be great. But I don't think that's at least how it's being used.
Here's a message to women, man. Women.
This is why, right?
This is why I think many women, I want to be careful how I word this. Many women only pretend to care about politics, and this proves my theory. So this is Murray Hill guy. He's a fit guy. He's kind of a big personality. He's single. Very like funny guy, dry humor. We had him on the show.
Made that girl Julia very upset. She threatened a lawyer.
So he had a date. Do you know the Murray Hill guy story, Josie?
Yeah, I actually had a date and he like immediately like didn't do his second date with her or something. I remember I retweeted something that he wrote and he messaged me to thank me for retweeting him.
Yeah, he had a date and she pre-messaged him to make sure he was a huge fan of Mom Donnie. And then he just, instead of like replying, he just canceled the reservation, which was kind of a chat. Yeah. So now this girl messages him, hey, you've probably heard of it. So my roommate showed me your T-app profile. You're cute, but I don't think we're a good match. I'm pretty liberal. Like, she still wants him. She still wants to go out with him. And she wants to like pretend that her liberal politics matter. They don't. The fact that she messaged him, am I being too misogynistic?
No, because
like,
if
she's pretending she cares.
She wouldn't have messaged him in the first place. She wouldn't have flirted with him in the first place.
She's not liberal. She's like pro-choice. That's her whole personality. Nobody who's actually political says, I'm pretty liberal. Mm-hmm. Like, she wants to go out. She's still going to go out with him. She's still going to sleep with the guy. And, the whole thing is weird. The T-app thing is funny to me. By the way, the T-app stores everyone's photo and ID unencrypted in a public Firebase storage bucket. That's how they were able to get hacked. And it's like everybody's driver's licenses and stuff. Like, it's bad.
Oh, wow.
It impacted everyone who signed up for the app before February of 2024. So
okay, early adopters.
You might be safe, but for the most part, I would just assume all your data's been compromised.
I just do that anyway, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's out there. But what do you think of, like, why did this app probably started with good intention? Although I don't know, because they called it T, which is specifically, that's a gossip term.
Well, the app also has a lot of other features where you could kind of see their criminal record. You could see if someone's a S offender or not.
But
and
that
I guess
seems
if you're
good.
A woman, that's kind of useful. But if it was only that and it was verified information, I can understand that. Like, hey, I don't want to go out with an S offender or a criminal. Like, okay, that's understandable. But when you get women saying unverified things that they don't need to prove, not based off evidence, I mean, so many scornful women will just make things up about you. We have seen throughout the whole Me Too movement just a whole bunch of people lying about prominent males, that this right now is propelling this kind of eugenics operation, in my opinion. And it's far more kind of disgusting when, of course, you violate so many terms of services. You don't allow someone to give their version of events of what happened here. And all of it is based off no evidence at all. So if you're going to make an accusation, prove it, number one, but you don't need proof. It's up there as a permanent record. And as a male, you can't correct the record. So if a woman you've gone out with and is legitimately crazy, it happened to me, all right, legitimately insane, she's going to make up a whole bunch of stuff. And then you're in a position where, like, okay, my record's up there forever, and there's no way for me to even defend myself.
What I want is an app that tells me if a woman's ever had an abortion, then. I want to know if a woman's ever had an abortion. I want to be able to log into a database, and I want to know if she's ever had herpes, or if she's been promiscuous. Like, I guess there isn't an app like this for men because men are generally a little more piggish when it comes to women. But like, what do you make of it, Josie, that no male version of this exists?
Some people in the chat room are saying Colfax. We need Colfax. I don't know what that means.
Colfax.
I mean, men don't gossip like women gossip.
They do. Men do gossip.
They're not like this. Gossip, like talk. Like, do you compare body counts? Like, what do men do? I don't know.
Men gossip just as much as women. 100%.
So what would you put on that app? That's what's interesting. So would you put weight, what they say versus what they are, like Instagram versus?
I think it would exclusively. It would probably be bros exclusively helping other bros on how to bed her. It would be like, these are the things that worked for me.
This is how I got her into bed. This is what.
Yeah. Or like,
I got another one, Jeremy. There should be a mile marker by the lady's private part, so we know how many people rode the ride before.
Yeah, just something like that. Yeah, not a mile marker. That would be miles of dick. You would want like,
Every
Yeah.
time a guy shares it, they do it into
This ride had this many visitors.
That was that's how gross men are. Like when I was a teenager and still single, like we would share like, oh, this girl's easy, and like a bunch of guys would bang her. And I'm like, you guys like that's not awesome. Like you guys all slept with the same girl. That's kind of sad. I think if guys did it, there could be helpful stuff like crazy women, like, you know, I broke up with her and then she started saying that I essayed her, or, you know, that kind of stuff would be helpful. Yeah. If a woman's ever had a restraining order, probably helpful information, because then you know she's good in bed. There's
cost benefit analysis from that case.
Right. I want all the data before I make a decision. I just don't want to go there to bash a woman and say, you know, she's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if has there been any more fallout, or is this just only funny because lol, they were making fun of men, and now, like, I wonder if any of these women, has anyone connected like these women's profiles to things that they've said on the website? Do we know that?
I'm not sure.
I don't know
I
that there's
know
no
that there's
extensive reporting on it.
Yeah, there's like a collage of women, and they're all force. I mean, they're all like.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I saw some of them were kind of fat, so I wonder if they then said, "Oh, he was overweight." Like, I'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like, that's rich.
I wonder if there could be a way with all the data leaks to do that, but nothing public saying this person was this screen name and this is what they said. There was nothing.
Internet
like
autists, please. We need to see who they are, you know, and what kind of criticisms they've had. Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny meme. I don't think any of these women give a crap. Generally, if you're gonna like bash other people on the internet, you don't really care. Like, I've never seen anyone be like, "Oh no, you know, I've been exposed to who I am." They usually just double down.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to give everyone on the panel another chance to give a shout out, and then we're going to talk about the big story of Jeremy's black fatigue reaching basically an all-time high right now. But go ahead and start, Hannah Claire. I'm going to grab some water quick.
Sure. You guys can find me on Rumble, YouTube, and X. It's all Hannah Claire B. I make videos about the news. I do some cultural commentary. Like I said, you'll see a new episode of my review of last week's news in a couple hours. And then I'll probably do another video this week just speculating about some science, you know, just regular internet things. Thanks to all of you guys who've already supported my channel. It makes a huge difference to me. Again, it's Hannah Claire B on Rumble, YouTube, and X. Josie, where can people find you?
I'm on X at DRHL Official. I do outside media work at Timcast. You can become a subscriber over there. I host a show called Spaces X Josie on Monday nights. Tonight I have on Chase Geyser. If you can't make it live, you can go to Rumble or anywhere you get shows, Spotify, Apple, and listen there. Tuesday it'll be live there.
Ask Chase to come on the show next week. I'll ask him. I'll message him. I already ask you enough favors. Always appreciate you, Josie. You're always very great and always awesome to have you on here. My channel, youtube.com/We Are Change. I got the live subscriber count since Jeremy is gone here. You guys could subscribe right now. See your number there and go up there. Jeremy hates it when I do this. So youtube.com/We Are Change. He's gone right now. Subscribe, as of course I've been putting out a lot of videos walking around New York. I did a walk and talk in New York City, showing you a trash tornado, a literal trash tornado, and the nastiest, most filthiest streets that you will ever see in New York City. And then I went to Poland at 12 hours after that, and then I did a walk and talk in Poland. Those two videos, I think, were very riveting and eye-opening, to say the least here. But youtube.com/We Are Change. I'll put the link down into the description so you guys could go out there and subscribe. And I always deeply appreciate all of your guys' attention. I've been working extremely hard. I've been releasing videos like a maniac while spending time with my family here as well. So I've been super, super busy, but I'm still keeping up with my schedule. Even though it's extremely detrimental to my sleep schedule, as my whole time zones are just flipped dramatically. In Miami, I usually go to sleep at 2 a.m. Polish time, that's 8 a.m. So I've
Probably
been...
harder than there now.
I'm sorry?
What time is it there now?
Right now, it is 9:27 p.m. in Poland.
Ew.
I know. So it's pretty late. Yes, a lot of ills. Yes, absolutely, 110%.
Did you get your Polish food while you were there? When we were on last week, you were saying there's something you were really excited to get that you can only get in Poland.
Polish blood sausage and smalec, and they have these like soups here that are just absolutely like incredible stews filled with just like the most like unique taste that you can't get anywhere else. So I've been really enjoying the pierogies. I've been really enjoying the kind of family food here. For my uncle made blood sausage as soon as I woke up in Poland. I've been okay with my sleep schedule because it's always difficult not to mess it up. But I was able to spend one day and not sleep. So when you're watching me walking around Warsaw and New York City, it's literally like not sleeping the whole entire time. So I was pretty much out of it. And then finally, I was able to fall asleep here at a decent time. I was just with my other cousin who just gave me a haircut. So I'm trying to spend as much family time as I can here because
It's been a couple years since you had been in Poland, right?
Yeah, it's been 6 years since I've been here. I definitely didn't want to go during the Koof years because it was just crazy here with restrictions and lockdowns and like checks. So now it's a little bit different. The Polish economy is booming. There's a lot of opportunities, and I was just walking around. It was raining all day, so I went to the Polish mall, walked around there, and it's hustling, bustling, and the economy is moving pretty positively here. And I think Jeremy, with his fatigue, would love Poland.
Hey, I got to share a story. Sorry, Josie. This is one of the lowlights of the show, but I have a poop story to share.
Oh, nice. Again.
Okay, so I went to the EAA fly-in on Saturday, and it's the world's largest fly-in. So you get to see like F-35 jets right up close, F-22s. They had stealth bomber fly over, like all sorts of crazy, awesome stuff. You're there all day. But there are only portalets. And Jeremy don't go poopies in portalets. I'm 6'6". I'm very large. It's a disaster waiting to happen. So to deal with this, I take a bunch of Imodium, so I know I won't have to poop in the porta potties. And I was getting a little nervous because it was mid Monday already, and I had still not gotten rid of everything I ate that day, but I should go weigh myself. Finally feel better. I shouldn't have taken 3. I was like, I should take 2. I'm like, I'll take 3 because we got to be there for like 14 hours. Anyway, I just pooped.
TMI. All right. We want to hear about your Mongo deuces. Okay, you got ladies on the show here.
They know about Imodium. They've used it. This story. No, I don't make them confirm or deny it. Did you see this story over the weekend? I don't want to show the video because it's just so brutal. Basically, a bunch of young future scientists are like pummeling this old white guy and old white lady. One of the guys, one of these future physicists, like sucker punched a lady and like knocked her out cold for the crime of, I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to say what I want to say, but like, first of all, there's nothing unless these people walked in on this white couple like molesting a child. I can't imagine a scenario that would justify them kicking them and not. Look at this woman, like they knocked her out cold, and
her eyes looked like they were open in that photo.
They were open. Yeah, they just blurred them out. She looked dead. And some good Samaritan.
So going to have trauma and head issues for the vast majority of their lives right now because they were older, and older people don't recover from brain injuries as fast as younger people, and it's probably going to be with them for forever now.
This woman got knocked out for the crime of trying to help this guy up, by the way. She was not even like involved in the fight. She went over to check on him, and some young youth just knocked her out cold. Like it is the craziest shit I've ever seen. And like I don't want to go. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is the old guy on the ground, and they're all just pummeling. And then this lady's like trying to go help him over. Wait, where's the lady? This is like animal behavior. I don't, you know, look at this. He's just beating the hell out of that. Somebody, at least to their credit, is yelling stop. I don't know who, but they're just trying to stomp on his head. This makes sense, you know. He tries to get up, and of course, I don't know if they show the woman, but the woman is just... Here's one guy who's trying to maybe say stop. Looks like... You think that... Okay, this person helped him up. Okay. This woman in the dress... Oh, never mind. They just beat him anyway. They beat him more. And then... Where's the woman? That one's just so brutal. Maybe I won't... She's just standing there, and some huge black guy just knocks her out. Like, it's crazy. You know, I don't know what to say other than like Scott Adams was right.
I saw the video. Is there an explanation for how this got started or
an argument?
Anything?
That was an argument. It's 3 a.m. and everybody's drunk. It's 3 in the morning. All these people should not be on the streets. 3 in the morning. You know. But like, I'm not trying to set a trap for anybody here. Don't say anything that makes you uncomfortable. But like, what do you even do with this? Like, the only reason, by the way, they're investigating it is because there's a ton of social media outrage.
Yeah, well, viral.
Like, yeah. And like, I don't know if they're going to arrest anybody or not. But
but imagine if the racists were reversed. Imagine how much mainstream media coverage we would get if the racists were reversed here. Like, imagine the GoFundMes, imagine the protests, imagine.
But like,
the
isn't
riots,
it wrong the same way? Isn't it this exact same? I mean, yes, I agree with you. Like, in the like, if there's a bunch of white people pummeling some old black couple, like, the city would have burned down by now. But like, it's still crazy. Like, it's hard to look at this and not think race played a. We don't know. We don't know if race played a factor in it. We know that alcohol very clearly did. I just say, you know, Scott Adams was right. Like, just stay out of the inner cities, stay away from the bars, and just don't. Like, I don't know what other fixes. The good people in these communities move out. The second they get money, they leave them. So their own community doesn't want to deal with it. The government doesn't want to deal with it. Their mayors and their police chiefs are woke, obese white ladies. Just like the chief of police in Cincinnati is an old, fat white lady. Like, they won't do anything about it. So I don't know what do you even do with this other than just get mad?
I mean, the thing that you hear about are just like curfews, right? Which don't seem to be that effective. But like, I know Boston, DC, Chicago, all of these places where you could basically have public gatherings create a curfew for people under a certain age. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's changing anything. A lot of those cities have had those policies in place for a long time. I think one of the issues is just people are uncomfortable talking about this because
they don't want to be called racist. Yeah.
Want to be called racist. They don't want to imply that certain, you know, groups of children or young adults of a certain race or whatever are prone to any kind of behavior. But I think if you ignore what's clearly happening, which is escalating violence in city streets. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought I just disappeared for a minute. You end up just making it so cities are struggling. They become worse and worse, which, you know, I don't live in a city. It's fine. You don't need to. But if you do live in a city, if you're native to a city, especially, you pay the price and your home becomes more dangerous. And that's not
only
really
the garbage stays back. Right. Like, over time, like, again, I want to be clear. Hashtag not all black people. Double hashtag. This is a very specific group that in their group, they will call them YNs. These are young black 20, like 16 to 25 year olds. It's definitely not all black people. And then there's definitely lots of black people that disavow this. So I just want to be clear that, you know, like,
for sure.
But there's only young black people doing this. So what do you do about that? Like, it's not mobs of white people beating the shit out of people in the cities. I haven't seen a video like that maybe ever. Except maybe you could talk about Antifa, maybe. You know, maybe you could use that example. But what are the cities? I mean, is there any solution for these cities, or are they just lost, Josie?
I think that they're just lost. In 1822, James Monroe and the ACS, they established Liberia, Africa. And that was actually to repatriate the slaves. So James Monroe.
Oh, I was afraid of getting too. Josie's just coming in with a smoldering hot take here.
I'm a
historic route.
Yeah,
I talk about history. This is what I do. So we're gonna. Talk about
I love it. Yeah, keep going. Educate me. I didn't know this. Yeah.
So James Monroe felt like if there was a place for the former slaves to self-govern, then that would quell the racial tensions. And you know what? It worked for a while. And 20,000.
They tried to do that in Atlanta too. They built like their own little.
Yep.
They tried building their own little areas,
because they're very tribal. This is why there's mob mentality here. That's why they go towards gangs, because of the sense of community. It's just this race is very tribal. So there were 20,000 freed slaves that lived there. A lot of them actually refused to leave. And with the private donors limited, this project ultimately ended in 1860. So it was before. So as the slaves were being freed for whatever reasons in different states.
Didn't they enslave the locals when they moved them there? Did them? I think.
Not in Liberia. Liberia was.
Oh, okay.
If you went somewhere else out of Liberia, you would have gotten swept right back up by black people selling you to white people. It's just what was going to happen. So the idea of repatriation, because that's the big thing, is like we were kings there,
Yeah.
We just need, they want to go back. So black people, part of CRT, they want to, they want their own spaces. They want their own dorms. They want their own bathrooms. They want their own graduations. Part of CRT is saying that Brown versus the Board of Education failed.
What is CRT?
Critical race theory.
Oh, critical race theory. Got it.
Saying that it failed because there was no equity. It was all equality, and they weren't able to work with equality. They needed to be given whatever. So that's why they feel like they can, if they had their own people in their own place, there would be no supremacy holding them back. So that's what they work
That's a
towards.
scary thought. You lose your boogeyman, the excuse that you have for everything in your life. That's why nobody moves back to Africa, by the way. Like, they all talk about it, and I'm like, okay, go ahead. Like, and there's always these legendary videos of like black people that move back to Africa, and there's one that's like this lady that's like, there's no AC, I ain't kidding, like just talking about all this shit that isn't, because it's not America, and like she moved back to America. I was like,
There was an interview, and it's by, I can't remember the guy. He's like he's a black man, he's African, and he was talking with a white or a black woman who's American, and she was interviewing him.
I know who you're talking about. We played that on the show. Yeah.
So interviewing him on white supremacy. He's like, no, he's like, we thought of that.
Right.
He's like, we have airplanes. So we're like, what the hell? Yeah. So that was
that guy's super based. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
I think it's the same guy that interviewed some young students. And then he like was doing this interview, and I don't remember if I was watching with Hannah Claire where he was like,
we watched it. Yeah,
it was like, there's no word. It was a day where like I showed Luke had never seen, what's that?
No word for maintenance, right?
Yeah, they have no word for maintenance. Yeah, and I was like showing Luke a clip from Kingdom of Dust or whatever, that documentary. Kingdom of Dust, is it? I think so. With the it's also tiresome guy, and like. That's that black guy. I think he's like talking to some black students. He's like, no, you guys got all wrong. Like shit falls apart here because we don't. He's from Africa. He's like, we suck. Basically, like
he talked about the roads being left by people from Europe who had come and created colonies, and then they
had trains, they had all that stuff. Yeah, and it just left it to fall apart. And I wish I could think of that guy's name. Chat, bail me out.
I gotta say something incredibly based and racist.
Hit it.
Hooray!
Okay. So the level of IQ for, can I say retarded on here? I don't know.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Yeah.
The level of IQ for retarded was 85.
Yes, did you see that tweet?
They actually changed it to 70 because too many black people were falling into retarded. And whether it comes down to genetics or being in Africa, not being exposed to education, there's plenty of brilliant black people. Thomas Sowell, it's not like this
it's just they have more on that side. They have lots of very smart black people.
Yes, of course. And so what it comes down to is we need to change the rules so that so that things look a certain way that they're not is how America is dealing with these issues. Like, oh, they're only beating up the white people because of white supremacy. You know, they're like, these people felt they feel scared when they see white people, you know, and then it's like, well, they're not stupid because we changed the rules. Like that group of people, not a chance any of them have an IQ over 85. You know, so
yeah, there's this dystopian UK. Remember the IQ for being mentally retarded in the 70s was 85.
Yes.
And then they lowered it to 75 because it would mean 52% of black people would be classified as such.
Grok confirmed it, right?
And Grok confirmed it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that happened in 1959. The AAMR set the mental retardation IQ threshold at below 85. But by 1973, it was lowered to 70. But then adjusted to 75. Yeah.
It's super helpful for society, I'm sure.
Yeah. Right? That made it all. Yep. Yeah, everything's all better now.
Oh boy.
I don't know how this got on the screen, but I keep getting told by President Trump and Elon Musk that, you know, we need to keep importing people from India. Just, you know, I don't know.
Well, people are all interchangeable, Jeremy. So we should let our own population fertility rate decline to a point of no return, because it doesn't matter. We'll just import people. They're all the same.
They're all the same.
Literally
Yeah.
the same language, values, the way they treat their homes and their friends, like all the same. Just bring them on in.
Yeah.
I'm obviously against this as a sarcasm.
Yeah. Yeah. Luke, I want to give you the last word on this before we go. Is there any saving these? I don't know how much you heard, but you obviously saw the video of like that white couple getting Ruth. And by the way, it could have just as easily been a black couple getting pummeled too. This is an inner city, young black problem. Like, period.
Black people kill each other and beat up each other more than white.
More than anyone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's not even close. Yeah. Is this? And I'm more with Josie. Like, I'm on the Scott Adams pill. Like, just stay away. Mm-hmm. I'm not going around these people. I'm not going into downtown Milwaukee unless I absolutely have to. And I'm not going to be, you know, around people who are hammered drunk at 2:00 in the morning, because this is what happens. And I just don't know if is there any saving these cities, or because as Josie pointed out, basically we talk about, like in my state, we talk about the brain drain. Like, anybody who's really smart leaves Wisconsin and they go to Chicago or they go to California or whatever. But this is also like inner cities experience like a good person drain. There's tons of good black and brown and white people that live in the inner city, but the second they can get the fuck out of there, they do. So all that's left is the dregs. And it's just it's just over time. It's literally like when you reduce a liquid in the kitchen, as Josie and Hannah Claire know about. Like, we're just reducing the population to the worst. The most highly concentrated bad stuff is what's staying, and everybody is just, you know, I don't know if there's any fix. Is there any saving it, Luke, or should we all move to Poland?
No. I'll move to Poland. I have a lot of family here. We have very little problems unlike a lot of other people in the inner cities are dealing with. Watch my walk and talk video in New York City to see the cesspool. I mean, there was literally trash and just like rancid, putrid smells everywhere. My walk and talk in New York City on my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
There's a trash tornado. There's literally a tornado, like with trash in it.
They have a public rat hunting bounty because they have so many rats.
Exactly.
Like, and people are like, New York's so great. I'm like, that would be like a prison for me. Like, I would never want to go there.
That was a blue collar area that I was in. I wasn't even in the rough part of town. I was in an okay part of town, and people there just don't have respect for themselves and their communities. There's no, like in Poland, we all have a shared identity. We all have a religion. We all have like shared common values and culture. In New York City, you have so many people from different places. No one gives a damn about anything. So when they're done with their like frickin' seed oil Snickers bar, they just throw it on the ground. I just don't understand that. I can't.
It's weird behavior
of just like throwing trash everywhere. You go to the beach in Coney Island, it is disgusting. And it is predominantly because people are like, I don't care. This is not my home. This is not my place. This is just a dumpster ground that is left here. I'm so happy I left. I'm so happy I'm no longer there. The little bit that I was there, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this layover. It was a 12-hour layover. And I'm like, what the hell? It stinks. It's dirty. It's disgusting. Everyone's like, looking at you all weird.
Everyone's dirty. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just it's awful. There's no and the people living there, they're just stuck in this kind of abusive cycle that there's no going back from.
All right, leave the cities when you can. I'm gonna read some super chats and then we'll get Josie out of here. Josie, thanks so much for joining. If you're watching later, make sure you follow her on X, and she has her spaces on what night?
Monday, so tonight.
Tonight. Go to her space tonight. Let's make it be the biggest ever. What time is it at? 7?
7 p.m. I have Chase Geyser on from InfoWars.
7 p.m. Eastern?
Yep.
Okay, so 6 Central, 6 God's time. You can join her space, or it'll be uploaded to her Spaces X Josie over on Rumble. Let's see. Madney says black crime was roughly the same as white crime 100 years ago. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly higher, but nowhere near as bad as it is. What's changed? I don't know. I mean, that's a
lot of things.
That's a whole episode. We're not.
Yeah, I can't answer that. Yeah, I think you're implying something that I'm not picking up, but I would argue that
he would never pick up. That doesn't even. Think like that.
But not the 20s, but if you go back to the 50s and 60s, I'd say the number one factor is that the families aren't staying together. Mm-hmm. That's probably the number one reason that you have.
Black people were getting married at a higher rate than white people, I believe.
Correct.
In
the 50s and 60s, yeah, exactly. And they gave a shit. Like, they took care of their lawns and they took care of their properties, and and now they just don't. And it all fell apart when the family fell apart. Mm-hmm. Hannah says Josie is based. Andrew Jacobs says, holy ish, Hannah Claire and Josie. Yeah, I mean, I guess Luke and I are here, but whatever. We're fine.
Liver over here.
Yeah, geez. McCall said 9-Minute Park. It's Project Xanu. Oh yeah, that's the guy. Project Xanu. Frank Xanu is the guy I was trying to think of. Is that the guy you were thinking of, Josie?
I think so. Yes. Xanu.
Yeah. Randall Flake says, after the war, Abraham Lincoln wanted to send all the free slaves to Africa, but Frederick Douglass convinced him not to. Honestly, mass reparation would have been too expensive, especially after a war. We don't have to. We don't have to give them anything. Repatriation, not okay. I don't know. It's pretty cheap to just cram a bunch of people into a boat and say, see you later. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they did it once.
Right. Yeah. And you already know all the, you should be more efficient on the way back. And certainly after the war, there would be less of them. That's what Josie said.
Rewrite history, team. I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah. That's what Josie said. I didn't say that. Hickory Chip says, Josie once told me that India has a 30+% incest rate. That's also true. It's higher than that in some areas. If you talk about, what's the word for that? The fancy word for it? Consanguinity? Is that the word for it? Where they're all like marrying their cousins. Mm-hmm. And that's why their IQs are so low. Is because they, the parts of India and Pakistan have like a 60% incest rate. If you, and fact check me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's actually way higher than 30%. It's like shockingly high. Also, you could look up Baki Bali. That's also something that Luke taught me about. Baki
Bazi. I don't know what it is. Don't Google. Whatever Jeremy told you to Google, don't do it.
It's when all the men in Afghanistan and other countries all rape a young boy. Yeah, the Baki boy. He's like 10 or 12 or something when they do it.
Yeah, and the U.S. protected that, aided and abetted and protected those people who did that.
Absolutely, they did. Our troops. Yeah. I had friends that served that told me they saw it firsthand.
Yeah, and the people who spoke out against it were the only ones punished.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We just don't understand their culture. I mean, that's...
Well, all cultures are equal, obviously.
That's right, and interchangeable. I keep forgetting that, yeah. Mm-hmm. And fuck says, the whip wasn't just for punishment, it was for education, too. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Project Xanu, he also brought up that there's no word for democracy either. Yeah, that's a great video for people to watch. Omega, who I happen to know, actually, I don't know if he's okay. I was like, I happen to know he is black, so I didn't know. I didn't want to dox your skin color. Well, he's got a comment about black stuff. Not to toot my own horn, but when I was 16, I scored a 142 on the Mensa IQ test, and I'm black. Myself and a few others go back and forth on Discord I think IQ is 65% environment, 35% biology. I mean, I'm not an expert on IQ, but I do know that Omega's a good dude. And like, as we said, there's obviously smart black people. Oh my God, did you see my favorite smart black guy? Some old lady called him John Elway on the airplane. And instead of like getting offended, he posted a picture of himself as John Elway. What's his name? He ran oh my God, super bass black guy, grew up in Compton. Larry Elder. So
Larry Elder.
I got to share this quick to end the show because it's great. Where is it? Yeah. So it says, yesterday on a plane, I met Pat, this sweet lady. Pat, I know you. I've seen you on Fox News. You're John Elway. Elder. No, I'm Larry Elder. John Elway was the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. He won 2 Super Bowls and he's white. Other than that, you nailed it. But like, he's like, to be fair. So if you look at him, like he also posts like, oh, why is it so grainy? Like he does bear a resemblance. Like they both have like that really big long head that he AI'd himself into the chair. Like
that lady doesn't have color, you know?
This is how we end them.
Right. It's like she's just some old white lady. Aww. She didn't mean to do a racism. You know, like she just said John Elway. She knew he wasn't a sports guy. She just said the wrong thing.
Elway, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I always love Larry Elder. I love when he goes on like the Breakfast Club and like owns them all and stuff. Like he's the best. Well, Josie, thank you so much for coming on today. I know you have a lot to do, and especially for staying an extra hour after Hannah Claire gave you the wrong time, and then you forgot to send Hannah Claire the link.
It's all Hannah's fault.
I hope everyone tunes into your space tonight. You can just follow Josie on Twitter, and then you'll see her space. And tune in, support her, follow her stuff, and buy a bag of her coffee to decorate your house. And then buy a bag of my coffee to drink. I think that's fair, right?
That's fair. Mine decorates my house, and I think
mine too. I always keep them around, just in case. And out of respect for Josie, I won't even do a coffee ad. So that we will see you guys tomorrow. Testro Cast. What's that?
Yeah, buy tea, and we are change.shop. Don't buy coffee.
Buy his last 9 bags of tea. Yeah, it's really good, by the way. It really is. And it's summer. It's like he's got 2 really good blends. Stop being a pussy and buy tea.
Wait until I have something to sell.
Yeah, I know. Well, I keep telling you to get on WikiFeet, but
You're degenerate and you're fired today.
I got a lot of sleep last night. I'm ready to rock today. So yeah, thanks everyone. Tomorrow it'll be Melanie Mack and Hannah Claire. Hannah Claire's got to still start watching The Killing that's also part of her homework.
Crazy.
Yeah. And Josie, did you ever watch I gave the homework to watch Where Evil Lurks. Do you like horror thrillers?
No, I get horrible nightmares. I can't watch horror.
Yeah, but you have to watch them anyways, apparently.
She doesn't work for the show. If she was a salaried employee, then she would have to watch it. Yeah,
I'd have to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, don't watch it if you don't like horror movies. You definitely won't.
I loved them growing up, and then all of a sudden, like I became an adult, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. They freak me out.
You got soft. Yeah.
I got soft with my old age. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks Josie for being here. Buy some tea. Check out Hannah Claire's new video coming out later today on both her Rumble and her YouTube channel called Last Week's News Today, or series. Yep. And man, I took some ginkgo biloba too. I'm just like, what do we got here? You guys want to play some numbers games? Should we play some Sudoku?
He just had a big poop. He's ready to go.
I know. I feel great.
Like a baby.
It was starting to get uncomfortable. Like my gut was starting to hurt. I'm like, come on, poop already. But yeah, thanks everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye all.